Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the closest friend of the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him. His name echoes through history as one of the most loyal and steadfast companions of the Prophet. But do we really know who he was? What made him so special? And how did his friendship with the Prophet shape the course of history? Join me as we embark on a journey back in time to uncover the story of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, the truthful, the companion whose honesty won him the title as Siddiq. Our story begins in the bustling city of Mecca, where the young Muhammad, peace be upon him, was just beginning to receive his divine revelations. Amidst the chaos and confusion of this transformative period, one man stood out for his unwavering belief and support. Abu Bakr al-Tosi, better known as Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, which means the truthful. The title stuck because of his unparalleled honesty and integrity, qualities that would become the cornerstone of his legacy. His wealth was legendary. He was among the wealthiest men in Mecca. But what truly set him apart was his generosity and kindness, especially towards the less fortunate. In the early days of Islam, when Muslims were often ridiculed and ostracized, Abu Bakr's home became a sanctuary for them. He opened his doors and his heart, providing food, shelter, and comfort to those who needed it the most. However, living in Mecca during this time was fraught with danger. The Quraysh tribe, fiercely opposed to the message of Islam, saw Abu Bakr's unwavering support for the Prophet and his growing influence, and they wanted to get rid of him. In 622 AD, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received a revelation that changed everything. He was commanded to migrate to Medina, a journey that would not be easy. Abu Bakr, without hesitation, pledged his loyalty and announced his decision to accompany the Prophet on this perilous journey. Together, they prepared for what lay ahead, knowing that they were about to embark on an adventure that would test their faith and their friendship. As they journeyed into the night, their escape going smoothly, they reached a cave named Thor. It was a small, dark, and narrow space, hardly big enough for two people, let alone a lengthy stay. But with danger lurking outside, it was their only option for now. Deciding to hide here until the coast was clear, they crawled inside. The entrance was covered with stones and leaves to conceal the opening. They stayed there 3 nights, subsisting only on very little water that they had brought with them. By the 3rd day, the Quraysh had launched a massive search party to find the Prophet, but they failed to find the cave. After all, it was just a well hidden. It seemed like they had outwitted their pursuers. However, the situation inside the cave was becoming increasingly difficult. The air was stale, water was scarce, and hunger was starting to take its toll. Abu Bakr couldn't help but feel a sense of despair. He turned to the Prophet and voiced his fears. "I wish we could have been killed along with our families in the same place," he lamented, feeling that their situation was hopeless. Upon hearing Abu Bakr's disheartening words, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, didn't hesitate to respond. He turned to his companion and said, "Be not sad. Allah is with us." These simple words were like a balm to Abu Bakr's troubled soul. They were a reminder that they were not alone in this ordeal. Allah, the Almighty, was with them, and that knowledge brought a wave of calm over him. But it was more than just a reassuring statement. It was a profound theological truth that guided the lives of Muslims even till today. The realization that Allah's presence was with them filled him with renewed strength and hope. It was a comforting thought that helped him endure the hardships of their situation. At that moment, when despair threatened to engulf him, the Prophet's words served as an anchor, keeping him grounded amidst the turbulent emotions. It was a testament to the power of faith and the transformative impact the Prophet's teachings had on those around him. Their ordeal wasn't over yet. Suddenly, Abu Bakr heard a sound outside the cave. It was the chirping of birds. One particular bird caught his attention as it persistently flew in and out of the cave. Intrigued, Abu Bakr decided to investigate. He cautiously approached the opening of the cave and peered outside. To his astonishment, he saw that the bird had made a nest right at the entrance, effectively blocking it with twigs and leaves. This unexpected development brought a smile to his face, as it meant their hiding spot was now even more concealed. Little did they know that their situation was about to change drastically and for the better. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the cave, a strange sight greeted Abu Bakr. A spider had spun a thick web across the mouth of the cave. This unexpected turn of events filled him with a sense of awe and wonder. It was as if nature itself was conspiring to protect them. The web, once an insignificant strand of silk, had now transformed into a symbol of their safety. Just then, the sound of footsteps echoed nearby. A group of Meccan men, led by Suraka bin Malik, were searching for the Prophet. They were getting closer, and Abu Bakr signaled for silence. As they neared the cave, Suraka, the leader of the Meccan men, stopped to examine the spider's web. The web was extensive and intricate, a testament to the diligence of its 8-legged weaver. The Meccans believed that if anyone had passed by, they would have undoubtedly noticed and even stepped on it. Since the web remained intact, they assumed that nobody was inside the cave. Relieved that their hiding spot was not discovered, Abu Bakr and the Prophet continued to wait. Time seemed to crawl by, each tick-tock of the clock echoing the suspense of their situation. Finally, when the coast was clear, they emerged from the cave. Abu Bakr, filled with gratitude, turned to the Prophet and exclaimed, "We only escaped because of the web. If it hadn't been there, we would have been discovered." The Prophet, peace be upon him, nodded in agreement. But he added, it was not just the web that saved them. Allah's protection played a significant role as well. He explained that Allah had sent the spider to create the web specifically to shield them. This realization filled Abu Bakr with even greater reverence for the Almighty. He understood that their survival was not due to mere chance, but a divine intervention orchestrated by Allah himself. This experience, etched in their memories forever, served as a powerful reminder of the lengths Allah would go to safeguard his prophets and their companions. It was a testament to their unshakable bond and the extraordinary events that marked their journey together. After successfully escaping from Mecca, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions arrived in Medina. Here, Abu Bakr's contributions quickly came to the fore. He wasn't just a companion, he was a leader. When the Prophet appointed him as the first person to lead the afternoon prayer in the mosque, it was a recognition of his steadfastness, his knowledge, and his commitment. This event, while seemingly routine, was actually a significant one. It showed the trust and confidence the Prophet had in Abu Bakr, and it was a responsibility that Abu Bakr carried out with humility and precision. During the Battle of Badr, when the Muslim forces were outnumbered and the odds seemed to be stacked against them, Abu Bakr's bravery shone through. Despite the fear that may have lurked in the hearts of some, he stood firm, ready to defend his faith and his Prophet. He fought with courage, not just for himself, but for all those who believed in one God. When the Prophet passed away, leaving behind a community that was unsure of its future, it was Abu Bakr who stepped up. He was chosen as the first caliph, a title that not only signified leadership, but also a heavy burden of responsibility. During his time as caliphate, he faced numerous challenges, including wars and rebellions. Yet he remained steadfast, always turning to the teachings of the Prophet for guidance. His rule wasn't marked by opulence or extravagance. Rather, it was characterized by justice, fairness, and a deep concern for his people. He led not from a place of power, but from a position of service. The story of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq is a beacon of light for all Muslims. His life exemplified the core values of Islam, making him an ideal role model. He showed what it meant to be truthful, generous, and above all, deeply devoted to one's faith. His legacy continues to inspire, reminding every Muslim of the virtues they should strive for and the kind of impact one person can have on the course of history. Dear viewers, thank you for joining me today as we explored the life of a truly exceptional individual. If you found this video informative and inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Your engagement means a lot to us and motivates us to keep bringing you more enriching content. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, we would love to hear from you in the comments section below. What aspects of Abu Bakr's life resonated with you the most? Your comments have the power to inspire others and build a strong community of learners. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, may the lessons of Abu Bakr al-Siddiq guide us all.